Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Another Katowice game featuring Cure and Solar. Cast an excellent game between these two players last week. I figured we'll cast another one, because I feel like they're kind of evenly matched here, right? So top left going to be a Cure GSL champion, and bottom right it's going to be Solar, not a GSL champion, but the 5th ranked Zerg player in the world right now. So, TVZ here on Gresfin, a good map for macro games. We got Terra the Overlord moving out here. Again, Solar's representing Onside Gaming with their super cool spinning logo. Hatch first, Solar, no big deal. 16, 18, 17 timing. 1 Rax expand timing here from Cure based on the gas being taken here as well. Excellent. Everything is A-OK. Here on Gresfin, it's just a long rush distance. There's a lot of places to expand on your side of the map that are pretty far away from the enemy. So it turns into macro games more often than not. Like, I don't know that I've seen a shorter, not many shorter games on this map. It's not impossible, obviously, but don't ya know. Anyway, hope everything is cool in your neck of the woods, wherever you happen to be in the world as you're watching this. A Reaper on the way. By the time, actually, by the time this is posted on the channel, I'll have seen John Wick 4, which I'm pretty excited to see. I'm going to see it tomorrow, so I'm casting this a few days in advance, obviously. But yeah, should be excellent. I'm really looking forward to it. I enjoy the John Wick movies. Just the choreography, the whole gung fu thing they've got going, is awesome. And I'm curious to see what we get next in the story. Is it going to finish up the John Wick? Are we going to go John Wick and treat it like the Fast and Furious franchise when there's going to be 14 of these? Maybe. Seems like a lot, though. I don't know. So, Reaper moving out. It is simply Adam Warlock from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Somebody actually did a Reaper name years ago for Adam Warlock after he was teased at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Or was it the end of 1? One of the places they did. But then it was like years and years and years and years and years, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 never happened. And finally, it's actually coming out here in 2023. So I think a Adam Warlock fan came around and said, hey, remember Adam Warlock? He's coming for real this time. Made me laugh. Anyway, Adam Warlock is here. I don't know his powers. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy or some kind of, like, neutral guy. 3rd CC on the way from Cure at 240. Awesome stuff. Anywho, he's alive, right? Adam Warlock's alive here. He's got 0 kills to him. Anyway, Solar's insanely good at StarCraft, and there's no real reason to expect him to not do well here in this game. But Cure's the GSL champion, so I mean, you don't really mess around with that. He is very, very, very good at StarCraft. He's one of those players that was around for so long that didn't have much success that you're kind of like, is he really a GSL champion? Let me fact check that. But it worked out. He did it. He's great at StarCraft. He's great at this kind of turtley style too against Zerg these days, because Zerg likes to get up to 4 or 5 bases, just completely swarm over your expansions over and over and over again. And sure, they can do that, but if you get good trades against it over and over and over again, the Zerg player is going to run out of steam. And you're going to win without really even having to move out all that much. I mean, yes, maybe poke the edges a little bit, go after expansions on the edges, but you don't really have to kill the Zerg and for them just to be mined out and be completely out of cash, basically, right? Which is neat. Viking up. Overlord not over here to die. Oh, he is over here to die. Just kidding. Right here. Do we let the Marines kill him? Send the Viking out? Yep. That's what we're doing. Liberator coming in after the Viking. Love that. But sees the Hellion count, sees the factory is still on the reactor, says, okay, this is a lot of Hellions. Is this going to be Hellbats? The answer is no, at least not yet. We don't have an armory, nor is there one under construction. Queen's going to be defending against these Hellions for the most part. They're pretty darn good at that. It is an eternal dance we've seen a million times. Spores coming up in case it's Banshees on the follow, which it isn't. There's no tech lab on that starport at all. And here we go. So Hellion count gets up to 8. So there's 8 Hellions out at 450. This Viking is trying to snipe an Overlord. Spore repositioning to try to save it, but this Overlord stops running and dies. No, Overlord, you got to keep moving. Keep moving to safety. That Spore probably would not have been able to save you, but at least give it a shot, I guess. Hellions actually fighting these queens? Dude, I don't know about this plan at all. I mean, I would have probably target fired that creep tumor as long as I was in there, but it's all good. Nothing died for anyone. I don't think. Maybe one Hellion died there, but that's about it. Ling on the counterattack at the third base, just scouting more than anything else, but the Overlord saw that third base. He knows it exists. Hellions roasting up creep tumors there. Liberator shows up in the main base, gets a couple drone kills. 4 drone kills, actually. Whew. Brava. Well done there, Liberator pilot. Yeah, 3-basing Terran, pretty scary stuff to deal with as a Zerg player these days in the current patch. I know everybody was talking about the Zerg Cabal before the patch happened, but, like, I don't know that Zergs are overpowered at all on this patch. Gonna be honest with ya, based on the tournament results we've been seeing recently, no, that's not what's happening at all. Oh my gosh, another Viking down. 2 Vikings killed by... 2 Vikings killed. 2 Overlords killed by Vikings. Trying to get creep tumors up this way. Liberator comes back in, tries to get more kills. Maybe got 1 there, but nothing to really write home about. Baneling Nest on the way from the Zerg player. Terran is working on that ye old 7-minute timing attack. Here we go. While the Liberator tries to get more kills. Has 8. My gosh. This is really good Liberator harass. Like, insanely impressive. Oh, then rolling right back into a Spore blindly. Why you gotta watch your Liberators, friends. Marines pushing in saying, these are not Hellions, these are Marines. We will hit you harder than Hellions can. Queens. Can't hit the Lings as hard, but hey, everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses. 4th base from Solar is rolling. It's always dicey, right? You're going to have Banelings, but they don't have speed, right? You don't want to make too many Zerglings because then that hurts your economy, but if you make not enough Zerglings, you just die to this kind of a push. Dog taking some splash damage there. Can't die. I'm pretty sure this dog's invulnerable. It just took a flamethrower to the face. Was on fire for a second, but then the fire put itself out, and the dog seems to be all right. Immortal, indestructible dogs. What will technology think of next? Trying to push into this 5th base attempt by Solar. We got to drop headed down the southern side to landed Viking in the house. Man, we had an amazing ZBT between, I want to say it was Rogue and Cure, maybe? That was a crazy long macro game on this map. Oh, this is not scouted at all. This creep is not spread to the edges. Oh, he sees it, though. He sees it, but a million Lings show up. Is that an... Oh, Widow Mine. Decent Widow Mine hits. Nothing amazing there, but 5 drones get killed. Hellbat attack. We've got that armory now. Might as well turn our boys into Hellbats. Tank some of this damage that the Queens are putting out, but the Banelings are here. They've got centrifugal hooks. So they're that much more scary on creep now. Cure sending another attack down to the south. Creep tumor taking some hits. Yeah, keeping that creep from spreading too much. I like Cure. He's got little tiny armies in different positions. Okay, basically, it's 2 now. It was 3 for a minute. Gonna try to push up this ramp. Holy smokes. There aren't enough Banelings to really do much here, or is there? But with the Queens taking some damage, maybe... nice target fire on a couple of those Banes, and good timing picking up and boosting out of there. Lower level players have a really hard time with that. So, then the attack comes into the 5th base. I mean, you know what? He's committing to it. He's going to take this hatch down. Even if everybody else dies, he's going to kill this thing. Just kidding. Everybody evacuate. We're not taking the hatch down. We're keeping our Marines alive. The Hellbats can die, though. They take up way too much space in the medevac to save them. Sorry, guys. So Hydroling Bane play here from Solar. Nothing too unexpected in the current meta for that anyway. Widowmine's getting picked out of the ground. That's always nice. And then, oh, we're back unloading in the main base. There's no Lings patrolling in here from Solar. Solar! Solar, no! He's running. Queen's up here. Oh, taking a spore is nice. Sure, Extractor's dying. Not the biggest win, but it's a win. And he's being way more aggressive in this game than he was in the one I cast between these two players last week. Dang. Yeah, if you like this matchup, and you missed the game last week, go check it out. Go to my videos list. You'll see Cure versus Solar last Wednesday. Back on the 21st of March, so like Tuesday. Cure just keeping the pressure up. This is very Maru-esque, right? Double-pronged, pressuring on the edge of the creep, not overextending too far, dragging the Zerg army into Widowmines as much as necessary, while expanding behind it. He's got a 4th base. He's got a 5th base under construction here. The Zerg player doesn't really feel safe enough to expand again to a 6th because he's so busy dealing with drops in his main, which there are some queens ready for this now, at least to some extent. We'll see how much that's true. Viper's on the way. Adrenal glands coming in. Cure's working on 3-3. Working on armor for vehicle and ship plating. Banelings show up. It's time to pick up and get out. Cure's done a great job not taking massive Baneling hits to his Marine count today. When I say that, he's lost 41 Marines, which seems like more. Oh, the Hydras are sniping the Medivacs here, too. Widowmines are connecting, not doing huge, insane, crushing hits. And then Stutter stepping away here as Cure. This army down south is getting completely ignored, not being sent anywhere, really. Gonna scan up this way. That notifies Solar that there's an army down there. Plus, they're sitting on creep, so that also notifies. So Solar is defending this pretty well. He's also managing to expand to this 1 o'clock position, so he wasn't too afraid to expand, even though I said he was. A bunch of Banelings had to get canceled based on that high ground Marine position. Creep spreading and expanding down this way is Solar as well. So, yeah, this is StarCraft, man. This is StarCraft 2. Both players maxed out at 12 minutes. Despite all the aggression we've been seeing, their macro cycles have never been better than they are today. Cure is sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases, maybe setting up to protect a 6th base up here as well. Solar's got his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th base on the way. This is Gresfin. A good map for the macro games. Lurker Den on the way from Solar on the other side. Just, you know, throwing up a factory. Good kiting, though. I mean, this is not really target firing the Banelings as much as I want him to. Nice parasitic bomb on those Medivacs, though. This group, wow. Ghost just died. I don't know how, but I heard the Ghost death sound. Oh, he just eats a million Banelings to the face because his Medivacs were gone. He couldn't pick up. Yeah, trying to hold down, snipe on those Overseers. Good stuff. Now there's no scan available. These Ghosts are not cloaked. They do have Cloak. I'm not sure they have enough energy for it, though. Baneling bust. Very nice. Gets through that supply depot wall. Wipes out a bunch of SCVs. 8 of them. Just a good chunk. Not huge numbers. Solar's up 171 to 157 supply, but Cure's on this many bases. He's pumping Marines, Marauders, Widowmines, getting high-sec auto-tracking, getting building armor in an attempt to make it harder for these planetaries to go down to these Adrenalings, which do have +3 armor and +2 attack. This is some pretty heavy focus on Ling upgrades in this game by Solar. All right, Hydroling Bane up on this planetary. Cure's not in a position to deal with it, though. He does not have any armor sitting on this at all. Any army. Did I say army or armor? Either way, the army's on the other side of the map. Solar actually pulls his forces back to try to deal with this. Widowmine. Banelings. Okay. Good connections there. Some Banelings go down. Not the biggest Widowmine Baneling connection I've ever seen. And Cure getting a 7th base. But here comes that Swarm. Parasitic Bomb on that clump of Medivacs. They're not splitting. Kind of trying to, but also trying to heal during this attack. That was a sick Parasitic Bomb. Hydroling Bane in here. This is looking pretty dicey for Cure, but high ground advantage. Plus the 3-3, allowing Cure to defend against these Hydras pretty darn effectively. Once the Lurkers start coming out, it'll be a little bit more difficult to deal with that. Hydroling Bane has a bit of a shelf life where eventually you really got to get into Lurkers or Ultras or Broodlords or something. Hydroling Bane is really good for the first about 14-15 minutes of the game, but beyond that, you can still win, but it gets tougher. Tougher with every minute that goes on against an elite Macro Terran player, which Cure is. Look at this expansion timing. I do want to mention this is a Wardy replay, so be sure to check out Wardy. There's a link to his YouTube channel in the description as well as his Twitch channel. He sets up his own professional StarCraft 2 tournaments, and the replays, he sends them out to his subs, and I can cast them every once in a while. It's nice. All right, Hydroling Bane. Who needs Lurkers, says Solar. Shut up, Falcon. I don't need those lurks. I've got the tech. Screw it. We're busting in here. Once the Banelings are gone, the attack's power is basically over. These Lurkers not available. The Hiders need to get out of here once the Banelings have exploded. A few SCVs die. There is a Lurker up here, but gets sniped out of the ground by the Ghost count, which is currently 7. With another one on the way. Solar expanding, Cure expanding. Both players kind of opposite sides of the map. Going for those expansions. There are Lurkers, but more in harassment capabilities. And he's making 10 Lurkers now. So yeah, he says, you know what? I do need Lurkers, Falcon. I was just kidding earlier when I said you were dumb for saying that I needed Lurkers, because I do. Scanning the dog. What's over here? Scan. The dog is here. One of the 2 dogs. That's not the one from up here. Did he migrate all the way down to that part of the map? Maybe he did. Is there only 1 dog on this map? I don't know, but the Lurkers have arrived. Blinding Cloud on that tank. Tank down. Lurker Hydra trying to pressure this planetary and this planetary simultaneously. Doesn't really have enough Hydroling Bane. Maybe does have enough Baneling to do this. Okay, yeah, if you kill all of the SCVs, maybe the Hydras can actually take this planetary fortress down, but no. Nuke. I didn't even see nukes. Do not nuke your own army. Do not nuke your own army. Do not nuke your own army. Cure. Buddy! No! Cure, no! Why didn't he cancel that nuke? I've actually seen that play before. I didn't realize it was in this game, though. Wardy tweeted it out a week or so ago and said, for Solar and a ridiculous nuke. Because Solar's been on the receiving end of some really bad nukes he really should have seen and didn't, and his whole Broodlord army dies, and it's embarrassing. But this time, it's Cure who's on the side of an embarrassing nuke situation. And is that it? Like, are we done? I don't know if Cure can come back from that emotionally. Like, maybe game-wise he can make a comeback from that, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, how does he come back from that moment? That's like... it was like a throw. He was in such a great spot there, and I kept expecting him to cancel that nuke, and he just never did. Yeah, fully upgraded Cracklings, man. They do not mess around with your small group. Yeah, tank dead. Marauders really suck at fighting these guys. Army value is pretty even. Solar's got a better economy. But I mean, I don't know. At least Cure didn't nuke a base of his. He just lost army, which that happens all the time in CVTs, right? You can replenish if you got a lot of barracks. And a couple factories here, too. Here comes the Zergo. Marching in. Blinding Cloud is up. Tank's dead. The tanks are not providing the value that I think Cure wants them to. Yeah, tank down, tank down. Little snipety snipe on the Overseers. The Banelings not really taking this planetary down, though. So, look, the shining and saving grace here for Cure today is that he hasn't lost a base yet. He did lose this planetary. I lied. 1 planetary has gone down. But he hasn't lost this one despite the attacks, despite the SCVs that have died. These changelings are not getting killed by Cure. There we go. He's a little bit late to the party there. Expanding on Cure's side of the map is Solar. I wonder if Cure's feeling some pressure to move out after losing that army. I don't know. I think, you know what? I think he's okay. I think he shrugged it off. I think he said, what did I just do? Oh, well. I mean, this base is dead, but I guess the orbital lifted, so it's not exactly dead. Yeah, I think Solar's got this thing. I'm looking at it. Widowmine snipe combo on that lurker wipes it out. This lurker positioning, it's low ground to high ground, so like traditionally it's not great. And it doesn't work here either. I mean, yeah, once the Overseer is sniped, the lurker's got to get out of there. And they know the cloaked ghosts are in the neighborhood. 196 to 169 supply. Cure just went up to 179 supply pretty quickly. He's producing tanks. Liberator is getting +2 vehicle attack and getting more Hellbats. That is so many Banelings, though. They're gonna explode on whatever they gosh darn well please. Who cares if we're not exploding on squishy units? Let's wipe these tanks out with Banelings. It'll be fine. Not that Solar has a bank, actually. I keep expecting him to have one, but he's on 300 minerals and 1,200 gas right now, which is not great. The lurkers are back at this planetary. Liberator's going to set up a no-lurker zone just for, you know, future safety concerns, safety reasons. Cure down south, pressuring a little bit. Got his late-game Ghost Liberator Medevac army here. Got some siege, kind of meching it a little bit. Still, it's a hybrid, right? Hybrid mech. He's still making Marines and Marauders, but he's got Hellbats and tanks and Liberators here too. But I think this base is the key for Solar. And here he comes again at the south. Yeah, tanks getting a couple nice shots off. No blinding cloud this time, so they get some decent hits off on those Banes. Yeah, that went a lot better. I think Solar trying to go in there without Vipers was not all that smart. He's got one of them on the map. 64 Lings in production. How many Vipers has he lost? He only has the one. He's only had one Viper today, and he's lost 0 Vipers today. That's crazy. Dude, is Cure gonna win this? He's on a rampage, that's for sure. Trying to snipe out Queens, trying to snipe out Hydralisks, trying to pre-split here. Okay, the link count a little bit too much for these ghosts to handle. This lurker harass is hilarious. 7 kills and 5 kills apiece. Liberator trying to deal with that. Ling's getting into this 5 o'clock base. No planetary. You only need Lings to handle that. This base is going to die too. So Liberator shows up, wipes out a bunch of the drones at this base, which Solar took on Cure's side of the map. Ling's still kind of running free over here. Going to burrow in and come back later. It's a secret tool that will help us later. So 13 SCVs died there. 3 drones died with the Liberator. 25 drones have died, and 54 SCVs have died. Your burrow fooled nobody, says Cure. Liberator shows up, stops all mining at the top right base, too. The anti-air here for Solar is a little bit thin. Does have 17 Hydras, but they're all down this way to the south. Banelings connecting, but kind of trickling in 1 or 2 at a time. Cure, he's down about 70 supply, though. Like, that's the army value difference right now. It's about 30 supply in favor of the Zerg. Spore playing Spore tag here against this Liberator. My gosh, that's a dead drone. Larva dying. This is pretty good stuff with these Liberators, man. But Cure's down 70 supply. As Todd would say, look at the supply. Lings, Banes, Hydras coming in again. We are, like I said, it's just going to be swarming. The only question here is Cure, can he hold and can he make good trades? And I just don't know that he's got that left in him right now. He's under 100 total supply. His worker count's at 43. He's kind of got mules going. And by that, I mean these mules are all dying. They're about halfway through their duration. So they put some work in, but this might just be it for Cure. Solar gonna take this game. It is just way too much Zerg right now, and Solar's the one who made a bit better trades today. Solar, yeah, 64,000 resources lost, but Cure's at 57. That's your GG, and Solar is your winner in 23 minutes. Awesome. Awesome stuff there. Who is still in this game? Wardy. Wardy was still in the game. It's fine, Wardy. You can be in the game. Good stuff, man. End of the day, only 1 hatch died. And if you're going to look at a game and a Zerg player only has 1 hatch die in 23 minutes, it's a pretty good indication they probably won. 1,153 Lings died. I love it when the number's over 1,000 because it kind of like goes off the edge of this Game Heart units lost thing. Looks like 301 drones died, but that's not what happened at all. Just 30. 69 SCVs died. Nice. Yeah, a planetary, a command center, and 2 orbitals. So base count and death is definitely favoring the Zerg player in this game. And sure, was it? I mean, it's only, what, 8,000 resources lost more for Solar in this game? And he just had way more bases. Look how much of the map is purple here versus how much of it is red. This whole corner got ruined. This got saved. I mean, the Liberator stuff was annoying, but those bases didn't actually die. So that's nice. But yeah, overall, pretty darn good ZVT for your Sunday, and that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Katowice match. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.